to Wildmount. And yes, that's a fairly good summary. Where we left off exactly last week was heading down the river. Actually, I'll put you on the Menagerie Coast first. So you finished up at Tessoa, up here, and head down the Tuaden River. And you're about halfway down there. Things were uneventful until a log fell across the forest. Some people came and demanded that you pay and that you give them their logs. And as you're effectively contracted to protect this thing, you decided to launch into action. The bandits do have a rather large gorilla, which hasn't happened yet. And yeah, things are on. And Mara, we decided to pause it right when it was your turn. So Mara, what would you like to do?
Yeah, that gorilla's hypnotized, right?
You are right. And can you bring up that hypnotize thingamajig again so we
Yeah,
can...
it's like
Oh.
sleep. Well, yeah, I'll bring it up.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so it is groggily going back and forth, not quite knowing what to do. But does Mara know what to do?
Kill the pirates.
Mara?
So there's a tree in the way, right?
Yep, that's this
Yeah.
rather eloquently blue block. There's a big log across the thing. And this was pretty slow going in this particular portion of the river anyway. So you're going slow to start with.
I do have a thing I can do. Just a second. Let me see here.
I should add more battle music. Let's have some battle music.
Okay, question.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like if I was to cast this, which I apologize,
Holy crap.
would we be able to get over that log in front of us?
Roll any freestanding is cube up to 100 feet.
I'm looking at the specific section that says redirect flow. I know it is not very cut up in there. It is just kind of one
I
big
see it.
block.
Even the water. Continue.
Holy crap. Can't mess with it.
So, the water is flowing this direction. One of my elegant art pieces. Yeah, so you can move the water in the river to flow more quickly in that direction, but you still have a log in the way.
Okay, so I couldn't like raise it a little bit to go over it.
That's not it, because it doesn't create water. You cause a oh no, there we go. Pointed me to the wrong direction. You cause a water level of all standing water in the area to rise by as much as 20 feet. So yeah, you could. So you could definitely raise the water enough to go over the top of this log.
Okay. Would that mess up the guys in the water, I guess, as well? Or
One way to find out.
Sure. Yeah. I'll just I'll go ahead and cast that.
Okay, so the range
is 300 feet.
Yeah, but the target area is up to 100. Why don't you paint in exactly where you want? I guess you could like start from behind your boat, would make sense. Then all the way up the top here to sort of even beyond the edge of the map.
A cube. That is 100.
Yeah, so.
Oh lordy. Okay, so that raises it that much.
Okay, it's a lot.
Yeah, that should be good. Then we should be able to go over.
Yeah. So that's where you lock it in?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'll just move that down here. Okay, so the water rises. How far do you raise it up? You're going to be up to 20 feet, I think I read.
We'll just do the full 20. Just confuse everybody currently here.
Okay, the full 20. So, I'm going to have this guy standing right next to you. He's going to make an acrobatics check to try and hold on to the boat. And he reaches up to grab the side of the boat. Doesn't quite hold on to it. Gets swept down the river a little bit. Smashes into the log. I'm going to say with all those things, takes 2d6 bludgeoning damage from being thrashed around for 3 points of damage. This guy here is going to try and jump to the land by similarly making an athletics check. In fact, acrobatics check, even better. And he also gets swept up the river. He wasn't quite as close though. He takes 1d6 bludgeoning damage. And he'll be up against the log. 6 damage. Now what? Oh, roll me a d20, Mara. $13. So the boat is going to get its own turn when it actually moves. The water is risen up. But just to keep everything organized, the boat will go on turn order 13. So the waters are rising, things are beginning to flow, but things quite haven't happened yet. Now, whoops. This guy here, not sure what he's going to do, but is that concentration, Mara? Yes, it is.
Yes. Are you putting it on or am I putting it on?
If you could put it on, that would be great.
Okay, okay. I just didn't want to click when you you were there. Okay, there we go.
Gets into the endless loop.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll the little U's and not very... sensible dice, the D5. So he's going to go for Errol. And he's going to throw 2 daggers. Whoops. Try again at range, but it'll be at disadvantage. They both swirl over the top of him. No attack done. Attamack, the boat's rising. You're 20 feet up in the air. What do you do?
Are we high enough that we could go over the log now, or is the water still
Yes.
rising?
No, you're high enough to go over the log, but the boat hasn't quite caught the current yet.
I'm taking the pokey stick and I'm gonna push us.
Ooh. Okay, make me an athletics check. $20. Just a second. Rather annoyingly, made the boat as part of the map. So pretend all you guys are on a map, and Attamack grabs the pole from one of the sailors and pushes it forward slightly. I say you can get a good 10 feet pushing that enormous weight. So pretend you're all in the boat.
Cool.
Is that your turn, Attamack?
Yes.
Okay, this guy is in the... Oh, no, he's not in the water. Only goes up to the banks. He is going to rush over here. He's going to come down here. He's going to jump in the water, try and swim up and grab the edge of the boat. This is going to be difficult, but he's going to try. Acrobatics jump up. he too gets swept downstream. And he bashes against the rocks and the logs. Takes 2d6 points of damage. And he's so bad at doing this that he in fact kills himself. And you see little bloody
Oh my.
water on the side of it. He had 8 points left. Alright, so he wasn't particularly smart. This guy sees how stupid his mate was. Comes back over here. He's going to go for one of the magic users. 1 to 3 is Connell. No, it's going to go for Mara. Be a hard shot, but he too throws 2 daggers for a 20.
I will.
Oh no, sorry, disadvantage. That's a 14. It's too far away.
Okay, then
So
no. Yeah.
Can't quite get the angle. So what, a 14 and a 7? No good. Any? Actually, he's not going to do that. I take all of that back. He comes over here because this is what he always plans to do, and slaps the ape. Wake up, you dumb ape! And the ape does in fact wake up out of its hypnotic pattern. Whoop. And the giant ape bounces over here in one leap. And it's going to take another bounce and try and land on it. Using... Have a look.
Hopefully they make it because apes can't swim.
No, but they can jump.
True, yeah.
So let's see how well he does. He takes a massive jump, doesn't quite get onto the boat, but he's hanging onto the side of it with his 2 massive fists. So he's just hanging onto the edge of it. Who would like the immense and unquestionably honourable thing to control Vivi's character?
He's super smart. I can do it. I've
Alright,
kind of played an artificer before, so.
That works.
there you go. Attamack, you should have full control over Vivi now. What would Vivi like to do?
There's an ape hanging off the side.
Yep.
Alright. Oh god, he has so many things he can do. Mine's only 3 buttons I can push. Let's go with the good old gun, I think.
Alright, take a shot.
One of them doesn't have like limited. The poison pistol has limited, right?
It does, yep.
I won't use that one then. We'll go with the Yistle.
Okay.
22.
20 dude does hit for 13 points of damage. And I believe he could shoot again with that.
Cool.
That hits again. Another
My
14
goodness.
points of damage. So, pachoo, pachoo, pachoo. The ape looks a little damaged, but not too bad. At the end of his turn.
I think that's all he can do. Bonus action. Booming blade, I guess. No, I think that's all he can do.
Alright.
I'll read through his stuff here. When you hit a creature with a weapon, you can spend 1 superiority die. Oh, he only has 1 of those though.
You get the back a short rest then. Right?
I'll use it if things get dicier.
Oh, he's definitely got all his stuff there. Let's give him a short rest. Yeah, Vivi would definitely have all his superiority dice back, so...
Okay. How many does he get? He only has 1 here.
He might just have the feet, I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
yeah, because that's a fighter thing, and he's an artificer / rogue.
Yeah.
So probably only 1
Yes.
superiority dice.
Yeah, he has sneak attack, but I don't think he gets that right now. So yeah. That's it, that's all.
Okay, this guy gets a flask of oil from his backpack. He puts a rag into it, sets fire to the rag, and is going to try and throw it onto the boat.
It's gonna Molotov us?
Yep, pretty much.
What a jerk.
Let's just...
Oh, he gets it from martial adept feat.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He hits with a 16. I think that's good enough to hit the boat. And a small fire starts appearing on the side of the boat. Hasn't really caught yet, but with all the splashing water around, it was a particularly good shot. But it hasn't yet caught. Connell, what would you like to do?
Alright, Connell's gonna cast telekinesis. If I can find it real quick.
Throw it back.
I was gonna throw the ape off actually. But...
That'd be hilarious. Just like stops
Yeah, right.
and hits the boat and just yeets itself back.
Try to move a huge.
Yeah.
I think he's a huge creature.
Yeah, probably did it twice.
It's
Okay.
fine. Okay, so your ability versus my strength check. Is it
My
strength or
ability-
athletics? Just strength.
Yeah, but how do you do this? Just do a 20 plus my modifier plus 5.
Yep. That's your intelligence modifier, then yes.
Okay.
So since you're doing a purely ability, I would do it, and I'll tell you I rolled a 16.
Okay. I didn't roll well. So that would be 10 total.
Nope. Yeah.
Yep.
The ape's legs start levitating up on it, and goes, "Ooh, ooh," and gradually pulls it down.
Alright, I'm still concentrating on telekinesis though, so I guess I'll use that. But yeah, okay,
Sure.
that's it. That's my turn.
Okay, Errol. Who would like the honor of controlling Errol?
He's a sorcerer, right?
He is a sorcerer / warlock.
I could do that one. I've played that before.
All right. Give you control. There you go. Should be good.
Oh, I see. He is going to.
Mhm.
He's gonna cast polymorph on the ape.
All right.
Good choice. Good choice.
Oh
It's
my goodness.
usually backwards, usually polymorphing things into apes,
I know, right?
not apes
I like
into
it.
something else. So what does it get?
It's-
Wisdom save?
Yes. Let me see here.
Ooh, 18.
Ooh, that beats it. It's 17.
We're having
Excellent.
bad luck on this.
Excellent. Okay, I assume that's Errol's turn.
Yes.
Okay, this guy is going to throw 2 daggers at one of the spellcasters. 1 to 3, it's Connell against Mara. At disadvantage, once again, because of the range. Ooh. 22, that becomes a 16 with advantage. And a natural 20, which becomes 17 with disadvantage. So both sail over the top of you. This guy here. I'll take one final shot. Get rid of these guys with the daggers. They are running out of daggers though. 2 against Mara. An 8 and a 16 with a disadvantage. No good. Okay, now the boat clicks in and gets some momentum. Let's get swoop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gets swooped up on the river. The monkey drastically holding on. Alright. This guy here. Doesn't know what to do because there's a giant ape on top of him. Back to you, Mara.
Mara, you. I can hear you.
Uh,
Mara. There you go.
Hi.
Yep, can hear you now.
Okay. Going to do a shooting stars, which unfortunately is more boxes. So just give me a second.
Sure. Well, we can probably remove the control water box since we kind of know where that is. That'll tidy it up a bit.
Big is the box? It is 15-foot cube. And I can do 3 of them.
Nice. There's technically.
Heck those guys in the middle.
Okay, so what do they get?
It is. DC 15 dexterity saving throw.
So they'll take at least one. We'll do the rest of dex. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what's the DC?
It is 15.
So 2 pass, 2 fail. What do the ones get who?
They take half on a successful one, so I'm just gonna roll 3 times with my shooting stars. 1, 2, 3.
Wow. Consistent.
That's pretty good. They're like all 3.
I seen that on your second one is literally all 3s.
It's a bunch of 3s. Okay. So we'll say he takes 15. We have this guy. Oh no, 15. 1, 6. And have one of these guys in here fail. Eat the full 44. That guy take 22. And this guy take 44. Injures him a lot. And you make an insight check, Mara. Okay.
Fair? Okay.
Do with that what you will. Okay, this guy here. Hell with it. Running this way. Attamack. So this giant ape holding on to the end of your boat.
Yep. I am going to rage
Yes.
and then recklessly attack.
Nice.
And great weapon master on this ape.
All right, let's see how it goes.
It needs to leave. Okay, hopefully it goes good. So smack.
Hit.
25.
That's a hit. So, yep. Next one. That hits.
23.
So we'll take 24 first. And the
Um,
27.
And I'm gonna action surge.
No! So 2 more attacks.
And oh no, 12.
Does hit.
Oh wow, okay. And for my 4th one,
14 does
14.
hit as well. Oh
Oh.
man, I don't know how much damage that was, but yeah, the ape, you start carving bits out of this ape. Flesh starts flapping at its side. It is still holding
and 1
on.
lightning damage.
Oh, 1 lightning damage.
There you go.
Even if
That's
it does the
class
save.
work right there.
Classic Attamack. Classic.
Yup.
Okay. This guy here. It's going to take 1 more shot at Mara. Let's see if I can get her. Natural 1 and a 17. No good. Whoops. Oh, this guy who's underneath. Oh, he's dead, so that doesn't really matter. Come back here, ape. And this guy. Now, the giant ape. Scott's absolutely got the bejesus smacked out of him. Yeah, Attamack, he didn't like that. 6 damage. Well, he's going to attack you with advantage. He's going to kind of crawl up onto this thing. He's going to not care about the fire, but he's going to take 3 points of fire damage. And he's going to attack you twice with its fist at advantage. For a 28 and a 25.
Those definitely hit.
So take, how was that? 40 points of damage is boosh. And yes, the boat is a little lopsided now.
So that's 20 and 24, so halved.
Oh, damn. You and your rage. That's right, the halfling's the counterweight.
Yes.
Let's see, how could we do that? Everybody on the boat make me an acrobatics check. An acrobatics check to see if you can maintain balance of this. This will be a group skill challenge. Let's see how it goes. Connell, good. Mara, good. The Attamack, good. Errol, good. Oh, wow, well done. I set it at 15, so that was remarkably well done. If I look at the bonuses here, so the ape jumps on, the boat rocks back and forth on this tidal wave going through, but you do maintain your balance. What does Vivi do?
Oh, right, I'm Vivi.
Yep. I am Vivi.
I am Vivi. Vivi is... I mean, he's an artificer, so his spells are more just for... Yeah. He's gonna pistol him. The ape.
Cool. Hits.
Cool. And another one. Ooh.
It clutches its chest and flies off the end of the boat. Everybody make me another acrobatics check. As this massive weight comes off there. Oh, nope. DC 15. Nope.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Oh,
there.
no.
That's the opposite. Ah, so how many successes? 1.
Connell.
Yeah, 27 is that is credit?
You get advantage on
Advantage,
acrobatics?
Yeah, I can blaze on.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll enable that to cancel out one of the failures, but it's still 3 failures and 2 successes.
I guess I could lucky.
Oh, yeah,
yeah, that
you
one
could.
I'd cancel Vivi because he's on full plate if you can pick who.
I can only do myself.
No,
Me, yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I grab
Oh!
VV basically. What's that?
There we go.
Fancy on the edge.
That's very good. You needed what did you need? At least a 16 on the dice. So well done with your 17 on the dice. So just as the boat is about to tip over and Mara kind of plants her feet the surfboard style, balances it perfectly, and you continue surging down the river. All these guys are slowly watching their cargo go away, knowing they're looking too powerful. Connell, do you do anything other than ride the wave?
Yeah, he danced on the side and grabbed Vivi because Vivi didn't fall in.
Okay. Oh, yeah, perfect. I like it. Errol.
Do we want these guys dead or do we not want them dead?
No, we don't care. We won't pass them.
Errol's
can be.
gonna flip them the bird as they go by.
Make an intimidation check for Errol.
Okay.
Let's see how good he is at flipping the bird.
I'm really good at it.
Charisma.
Wow, perfect.
Hilarious.
And if they weren't
whatever.
hightailing it before, they are just all taking off. Even they're so intimidated that even not on their turn, they're scattering. And the boat continues to surge up the river. You guys doing anything other than riding the wave?
so did I fall off or did I not? I'm confused now.
No?
It was a
No,
group
it-
check.
It was a group
so-
check.
It was a group check.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like,
Yeah.
I failed. So
Yeah, so
Mara will yeet the Molotov cocktail off the boat though and put out the fire.
Sure, easy enough to do.
Details.
You were doing a group check, Attamack, so everybody,
Gotcha.
the majority had to be over 15, and it wasn't until Mara did something very lucky. Okay.
Cool.
So with this ambush successfully done,
Unambushed.
unambushed. Random Malcolm story, just an aside. When I lived in Uganda, there was a particularly dodgy pieces of road that went through a forest. It was like one of the major highways. And it was noted for people doing exactly what we saw here. And I was actually going down in one of these vans with far too many people crammed inside of it, which is kind of the public transport. And we saw a log fall down behind us. And everything stopped, and all these people come out of the forest to do not good things. And the guy I was driving with, if he wasn't driving crazy before, he just took off. So almost got caught up in one of these myself.
That's
Not
crazy.
pleasant. Man, it's crazy.
Oof. Yeah.
But with the ambush successfully dealt with, is there anything else you want to do, or just continue riding down the river?
Continue on, right?
I'm good for floating.
Yep. How's our halfling that I haven't met before, but now know exists? Is he okay?
Just coughing. He's not okay. The halfling's okay. He congratulates you on your good job protecting it. And you continue down your merry way down the river. It takes the rest of the journey to Port Damali is relatively uneventful. So feel free to get one of those nice long rests in as you cruise on down the river.
Cool, I got my action search back.
Yep. Fires, man. Fires was boring characters to create, but just a lot of fun to play because they just can go forever. I like fighters.
Okay. So you start approaching Port Damali. Port Damali proper. This takes 4 or 5 days, but as I said, relatively uneventful. You zoom around the coast and get to Port Damali itself. you start to notice even outside this major metropolitan city, lots of small houses on the outskirts as well. Sort of not part of Port Damali proper, but farming villages, homesteads, just spread out. I need to ask Attamack. Attamack, where would you like to go?
So which direction outside of Port Damali would my...
You'd hit your tribe's kind of collection of houses first, and then you'd hit Port Damali proper.
Yeah, I mean, I'll ask the group, but I'll say like, hey, like we're gonna pass my tribe. If we want to stop, we can get resources and stuff there while we're there.
You want to stop?
Yeah.
We can make a quick stop, yeah.
Okay, so you bid farewell to the halfling, whose name I've forgotten, unfortunately. But as promised, she gives you 50 gold pieces each. So I guess individually collect that and add it to Errol and Vivi so that they have it.
Yep.
Okay, and then you jump off and you make your way slightly inland, slightly outside of Port Damali proper, to the village. Although not so much a village, just a simple collection of houses. Do you want to describe what your tribal home looks like, Attamack, or would you like me to do it?
I haven't really decided on a theme. I'm probably gonna go more like Viking longhouses and stuff because it's cool. But yeah, that's about all I got for that.
Viking
Very
longhouse.
descriptive.
Yeah.
So you get off the boat, collect your reward for being mercenaries effectively, and start making your way inland to Attamack's tribe. The village is dominated by a huge longhouse, which you assume many feats have done. And around that are lots of smaller houses, well built, and surprisingly colourful as well. You would know that in Port Damali, it's kind of noted for its colour and its flair, and even those in the poor areas try to add some colour and spark to it. So it's almost as a nod to Port Damali. These very functional houses are still brightly decorated to be as part of the colourfulness of Port Damali as best they can. And the rest of you look around and you see, at a rough count, there's maybe 60, 70, 80 people here. The vast majority are either orcs or half-orcs. And they're just going about their business, keeping track of the children, preparing meals, all that good stuff. Do you approach Attamack, and is anybody you'd like to see? Let me know.
Yes, I approach.
I'm just following Addy at this point.
Okay, so many of the orcs, your fellow tribe mates, come up and peck you on the back. Oh, Attamack! It's good to see you. We all thought you were dead. You've been gone so long. What have you been up to?
I've been out traveling, helping my friends here.
That's great. Do you know about your father, Attamack?
Yes, I heard. That's why I made a point to try to get back as soon as I can.
Well, I'm sure he'd be very interested to see you. And you know where to go.
And I will go to the big fancy longhouse.
He's not in the big fancy longhouse. He's off into his more house, and you go there, knock on the door, and kind of let yourself in, which is to be expected. And inside the room, it doesn't find hard to find. You see your father, a very elderly orc, graying hair, and surprisingly thin. And you recognize it instantly as your father, Gulagak. He's not looking good. Helping Gulagak as best he can is Aramir, your brother. And Aramir's kind of got his back to you. And Gulagerk holds out a hand and says, "Ah, Attamack, it's been too long. Come here, my son."
Oh, I'll go to him quickly.
He reaches out to grab your hand. Do you grab his hand?
I do. I take his hand.
And Aramir kind of sighs and looks at you and says, "Ah, last we saw, you were off on a mission to try and set up trades routes in Icehaven. That was many, many 10 days ago, and now you've only just returned. What the hell have you been doing?"
I got caught up in a lot of stuff and may have been away longer than I wanted to be.
A lot of stuff that's more important than your family?
Well, at the time I left, Father wasn't sick like this, and thought with traveling I could try to get more trade coming into the tribe.
And?
It didn't really work out that way. I'm not as good of a trader as you all know.
Surely you must have done something.
I wrote a name down here. Uh, did I though? Did I really?
I'm pretty sure you did.
Like I was supposed to meet someone, but then we killed his brother, so we never met up with him. Yeah, like I was supposed to talk to Varys Leodon,
Uh-huh.
but then we killed his brother Theron, so I don't think we ever actually let up on that.
Mm-hmm.
As for that, I'm just trying to think back here. Sangiri's got the log thing going on there. Yeah, I don't think I actually set up any trading.
Aramir sighs and... Well, why am I not surprised? Tell me, have you seen where have you come from, Attamack?
I came from Tasoa.
Tasoa. Well, I know that your sister was there. Did you meet up with her at all?
Unfortunately.
Why, unfortunately?
She's up to no good, as per usual.
Yeah, what particular type of no good?
She's up there causing some chaos in Tasoa to try to further herself and help the tribe.
So she's doing what you were supposed to be doing, is that right?
Is, but yes, in a way.
Why? What approach did she take?
Let's just say it's really dirty work that she's doing up there. Starting
And
fires on boats and having
oh,
people killed. It's
A-
not good.
Aramis says, and I assume she did this to set up some favorable trade routes?
Yes.
Well, I for one, applaud what she did. Too long have we tried to, shall we say, do it the human way with negotiations and trades, and people have never respected us or what we're trying to do. So I applaud her. I think she did a good job of bringing more trade through our village and our tribe. Then fantastic. And at this time, Gulagak finally gets up the energy to start talking again, and he says, "No, no, Aramir. We must try and as much as we can. There's always going to be this uh, prejudice against us orcs and half orcs, but we need to just do it as best we can. If we don't blend in, then surely some of our tribes will be attacked ruthlessly. And these type of actions by your sister is just going to make this even worse. What do you think, Attamack? Should we try blending in, which I approve of, or your siblings, and just to hell with it?
I feel like we should try to blend in more, and the way that she's going about it is going to cause more problems than prevent, personally.
Well, Gulagak says, you're wise. I feel you're seeing more of the bigger picture here than your brother. And Aramir just grunts. And Golagak just sit with him here for a while. Attamack, I'm quite weak, as you can see. I'm not sure you've come up any healing magics on your travels, but I'm not long for this world.
I'll just like look at Mara. I don't know magic personally, but this young lady does.
All eyes turn to Mara.
Okay, I'll kind of take a couple steps forward, kind of take a look at him. First, can I detect poison and disease to see if, like, it's just like if there's anything particular, or if it's just he old?
There's no poisons for sure, and no particular disease either. He's
I'm
not
actually
poisoned,
surprised
he's not
by that.
diseased.
I thought
Why
my
is
siblings
that?
would be trying to kill him to
Oh,
take over.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll just full out cast a heal.
Oh, the 70 hit point
Should
things.
show up like that. Yeah. Let me see.
Damn. I didn't think you'd do that much. Jesus.
It's your dad, and you asked Mara to do it.
So a surge, oh there we go, surge of positive energy washes through the creature. So it ends blindness, deafness, any other disease. Okay, you see Gulagak, I mean his fundamental problem is he's old and he's weak. But Mara casts her spell. Are you comfortable casting spells here out in the open, Mara? This is not technically the Empire.
I was asked to, so yeah. Without thinking, she just kind of does it.
Yeah, and to be honest, they don't care. I mean, this is definitely outside of the Empire, so they don't care. But regardless, the healing energy surges into Gulagak, and you can see him, his chest becomes a little less caved, his shoulders fall back a little bit. They were crunched over before. And he gets some awesome arms and says, that feels so much better. I still feel like crap though, but this will at least keep me alive for a while to come yet. So, while it seems you're as good a trader as you ever were, Attamack, at least you found some good allies on your way. This is truly a miraculous thing. What is your name, human?
It's Mara. Nice to meet you.
Gulagak, likewise. And he leans back and takes a deep breath. While that feels better, I feel I should still rest. So if you forgive an old man, I'd like to just take it easy for a while. But it's good to see you, Attamack.
Great to see you too, and I'm glad I could find someone to help you.
Okay, and he goes back, and you can see a restful, healing type sleep he sips into. An Aramir, he glances at you and kind of leaves the building. What do the rest of you guys do?
I'm going to go to my house.
Okay, so you Arima is kind of giving you the cold shoulder and is walking the other way. But a house right next to this one, actually. You see a female half-orc waiting in the doorway, leaning against it, kind of grinning in your direction. I think you know who this is, Attamack.
Yes, I will go over.
And
Just give a big ol' hug. Big ol' hug and kiss.
and Mary, who I'm sure you'll introduce at some point, being your wife,
Yes.
wraps you in her arms, and buries her head deep into your chest, and it just holds on for a good 20, 30 seconds, just holding on. You do anything else and hug back, Attamack?
Oh, hell yeah. And then, yeah, once the probably awkward moment of them watching me hug this person is over, I'll introduce her, and as Miri, my wife. And
Just before you get the introduction out, you see two little half-orcs come out, all of 3 foot tall, green tufts of hair coming out, and they just rush out, and these two little half-orcs latch around your leg and say, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy, we missed you. Where have you been, Daddy?"
oh no, oh god. He'll pick each one up, like in both his arms, and he'll kind of start crying. You know how it is.
Daddy, don't cry. We just missed you. Where have you been?
I missed you too.
Where have you been?
I've been up north.
Up north. Did you bring us any presents?
Oh god. I got
Frantically looking through your inventory list.
I have a wooden statue gnome that I know Vivi made. Like
Wow!
episode 1.
Wow, was that for us?
Yeah.
And Zarum grabs it, but then Zia immediately pulls it back off him. Mine!
Oh god, here we go.
Mine!
I'll,
Share, kitties. Share.
Zia's holding it tight to her chest. Mine, 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 mine! And Zarum says,
Yep.
Welcome to fatherhood, Attamack.
Yeah. We got there.
Mara, you were doing something?
Yeah, I'm gonna. I have a wooden troll carving from Regal from forever ago that I'm gonna put in Attamack's pocket, and kind of make it so that he kind of knows that it's there, but without the kids seeing.
Make me a sleight of hand check.
Not gonna be very good. It's an 11.
Yeah,
How
kids.
perceptive are these children?
10 at best. So 11's good. So you slip it in there. Do you fetch it out?
Yeah.
And Zarum immediately grabs it and says, "Yay!" And right in your hands, they start bashing up against each other as if they're fighting, and they kind of squirm in your arms as trying to go down.
I'll let them down.
Okay, and the classic thing of every child everywhere, they know you're here, they know you're back, everything's back to normal, and they start playing with their dolls, but then they see this weird illusion show start popping up. What does your illusion show look like, Connor?
We'll do like, I don't know, some before, like some characters fighting or something.
Cool. So they kind of half play with the illusion, half play with their dolls, but they're thoroughly amused, and yep, they're just happy Dad's back, everything's normal, and they just go back to their normal life. And Mary says, "We all really missed you."
Yeah, I missed you guys too. I was gone a lot longer than I thought I would be.
Well, I was beginning to think that you might not arrive back at all. That maybe you had perished in your travels. But I am very happy to see you again.
As am I.
And who are your friends here?
They are companions that I met along the way. We have Mara, I'll point to Mara, and then Connell, Vivi, and Errol.
She nods to each one of you and gives you a polite, nod and greetings. Uh, uh, we need to talk, Attamack. Um, I'm not sure, but um, I don't know whether you want your friends here with you or not. But it's up to you.
Well, we'll do it in private, I guess.
Okay.
We can keep the kids entertained outside.
Yeah, and it kind of like looks at the head, points to his head because you can still talk to us.
Yeah, telepathic. Yeah.
Yup.
Okay. Let's since this is private, let's quickly jump over into the other voice channel, Attamack, and we'll pick it up there. Sound good?
Okay. Yep.
So Mary welcomes into your familiar house, and around the dining room table, she says, "Well, it is good to see you again, Attamack. That is much. I'm so happy that you're back. That warms my heart. And Zia and Zarum, they missed you, but kids bounce back their resilience. But I need to know, what are your plans? Are you staying here helping the tribe? I mean, I assume that's what you're doing, right? I mean, the kids need a father. There's trade to be done with your father ailing. You'll be needed here more than ever. So I assume you're staying around, right?
I wish I could, but I don't think I can actually stay for very long.
Well, what could possibly be more important than your family and the tribe?
I wouldn't say it's more important, but these people have saved my life on numerous occasions, and I owe it to them to finish what we started and help them.
So this new family you've gotten is more important than your current family? Is that what you're saying?
No, they're not more important.
So stay.
Oh, you're making this hard. Oh, because what we have to do, we have Vivi's thing to save his mom.
And the big thing you're fearing, which was kind of discussed last week, is it seems as if this an archdevil in this icy plane is trying to break out. And
Yeah.
it seems odd because nothing has gotten through this thing called the Divine Gate. All the gods have effectively been locked out, but this guy looks as if he's going to get away back in, and it looks like he was amassing an army in Stygia as well. So that's the big, possibly in the world type of problem that you're facing. So I don't know how much. So she'll pick it up. So this family is more important than your family. What could possibly be more important than your tribe? These are your children, Attamack. Are you just going to abandon them again? Go for one of these willingly adventures with your new family?
I'm doing this to protect you guys. We've learned there's a lot more going on in this world that might cause it to end.
You cannot be serious.
If in some way that I can help prevent it, then I feel as though I have to.
Make a persuasion check, Attamack.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Attamack, I thought better of you. You've come up with this cockamamie story about saving the entire world. It was such a simple lie to avoid being with your children. I am very disappointed in you.
It's not a lie. Uh, um, I would never want to avoid my children and not be with my family, but if there's
Yes.
no family to come back to.
So, you're convinced this is the best course of action? This shallow lie you told me to avoid your children?
Oh no. Oh god. Life choices. Um. No, it's not the choice I want to take, but it's the one I need to do.
If you could show me some type of proof, some type of evidence that will give the slightest shred of believability to this cockamamie story, now would be the time to tell me. Now would be the time to show me.
So I'm gonna telepathically call my friends into the room then.
Okay, so let's just jump back to the other channel, voice channel.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't know.
you can telepathically communicate what you like from that conversation, or we could just pick it up as you want, Attamack. Up to you.
I'll pretty much just ask them to come to where we're talking
Oh,
Okay.
and explain
Okay.
the situation and everything.
Okay, you see,
Why
you
she-
go into the dining room and you see Attamack's wife, Mary, and she's sitting down at the dining room table, her arms firmly crossed her chest, looking very, very angry. And she says, "What, what are they doing here, Attamack?"
I asked them to come in here. We can talk telepathically, and I'll point to Connell as the reason as to why.
College cheapest.
She looks.
They'll help explain. Since I'm
So,
not doing
Attamack
so
here apparently is telling me this shallow lie about some world-ending events just to get out of taking care of his own children. So basically, he's abandoning his family to chase after some world-ending nonsense. I don't believe a word of it. Asked him to produce a slightest shred of evidence to back it up, and now you're here.
Well, I'll vouch for it. It's true.
You understand
know
your
me from
word
anywhere else.
carries little here.
Understood. What could we do to prove it to you, though?
Well, that sounds like a you problem, Alf.
It does, doesn't it?
If only we had the nanahedron to send her to hell.
Oh my gosh.
The solution to very few problems: sending your own wife to hell.
Yeah.
Right?
Just I don't have any like actual like physical evidence to prove it, so I just sound like a crazy person.
She looks
Yeah,
around.
I have nothing that can show or.
Trying to think.
Yeah, I'm doing what a wizard does, looks through his spells. Like I don't know what spell would be helpful in this case. I can't think of anything.
Like, is there anything that any type of magic that shows like memories?
I can modify memories. That's like what you want to do.
I wouldn't go that far for that one.
It would kind of work, though.
It would. It'd be a little bit. Well, hang on. Let me see.
I mean, I guess you could modify her memories to show her what's actually going on in hell and tell her like this is what we've seen.
I think that's quite how modifying memories work. Do you want to bring up the
Darn.
spell
I'm
anyway?
reading, yeah.
You have the
Yeah,
spell
I was reading.
description.
Yeah, 1 second. I was reading it. Oh, I thought it went through. It didn't go through. Try this again.
Oh, never mind. That's something.
Okay.
I'm trying to say if I could give the memory to somebody, but that's not how it's intended.
Yeah.
It is permanent. The last 24 hours. Okay. Okay. Well, in a sense, this is Connell's choice. I guess you could do it telepathically. He says, well, I'm waiting.
Could have her remember an experience of Attamack going to hell. So you reason why I couldn't do that?
It does say you can create a memory of some other event.
So if
So
I
you
want to give her the memory of Attamack, of me watching Attamack being in hell and fighting off the hordes and things. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I would tell her you're doing it beforehand.
Well, I don't know that she'd let me. So I'm gonna give her the memory of Attamack in hell, fighting off the hordes, and seeing the thing trying to escape.
Okay. I mean, the memory
Yeah.
as if she was there?
Yeah, but it's not supposed to be deception. I'm not trying to deceive it. I'm just trying to give her the memory. So
But the
she will know
memory
that it's a memory.
should have to be present in hell to have this memory.
Does she though? She has memory of. She'll have. Basically, I'm putting my memory. It's almost like I'm doing a Harry Potter thing. My
Like
memory in her
Swift and-
head.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
like he could give the perspective from like Connell's point of view when he was watching me get my ass kicked in hell.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the idea.
So you're inserting your view of it.
And seeing the big creature trying to escape, and see him fighting off the hordes and falling down and becoming a drooling idiot. I might be nice. Let's get that part.
Roll me a d20, Attamack. What's your spell DC, Connell?
1 second. 17.
Okay, so she failed, so I mean, it would have been all for naught if she had advantage.
Right.
Yeah, it says when this charm lasts, you affect the target's memory of an event that it experienced within the last 24 hours.
Okay.
I don't think your hell story would work, and I think you'd know that.
Okay.
What you could do is you could make her think that you did know it.
Okay. Well, kind of. I could make a memory that I take her to hell right now and show her the thing, right? Yeah, we'll do it. It's almost like an illusion. We'll do it that way instead. Such that so the memory I'm going to give her is one that I did something dramatic with my hands and zapped her to hell and see this big thing rising back, and then we can't. And I brought her back. We'll give her that memory instead.
Who's going to this virtual hell? Just Connell and Mary?
Me and her. I'm bringing her there, showing her this thing trying to escape and the hordes, and then come back.
Okay. So, so the memory is like Connell approaches her, and Connell says what?
I'll show you what he faced and what he saw.
Okay. And then, voomf, you're down in this icy hell. And what does she see?
She sees the creature we saw trying to escape like it did before out of the ice. She sees the hordes that were there that we saw. And so this is what Addie's been trying to prevent and helped us prevent. And then I do another kind of magical, dramatic type of gesture, and we zap back. So far as she knows that happened to her.
Okay. So the spell is cast. You see nothing happening. The rest of you. But then Mary falls to the ground. She says, "Oh, was it gods? Is that what you saw, Attamack?
Yes.
What could you possibly do to prevent it? That was a... I've never seen something so terrified. I've never seen such a massive army in all my life. What can you and a bunch of humans and elves and other miscellaneous do against this? What could you possibly do, Attamack? I understand the danger, but what could you possibly do?"
Well, we've already closed off one way. We know they were trying to get access to our world, so we're trying to continue that trend and hope that we can block off any hope of them getting to our world.
Are you going back to this place?
Prefer not to.
Well, what is your plan then? How can you? Let's be honest. You're a useless trader. You're strong. What could you possibly do to prevent this? This is a fool's errand, surely. Tell me, what do you plan to do?
I'll telepathically talk to my compadres, like, do we actually have a plan to stop this?
Well, first of all, we know that there's a portal literally just north of here. If anything gets through, your whole family's dead. Like,
Yeah.
it won't even be long.
So what's your choice?
Okay. So I'll explain to her that we know of a portals to hell just to the northwest of us, so not far from our home, and if they do get out, this is more than likely to be one of the first areas they attack.
So what, are you looking to close this portal, or?
Hopefully, yes.
At this point, I imagine Vivi would pipe up and says, don't forget, guys, my mother is literally in that hell. Wasn't the plan for us to go in there and get her back?
Yeah,
Let's
and we
just talk.
shush Vivi telepathically.
Let's assume he did that telepathically as well.
Okay. Well, I was joking. Just gonna say, yes, we're doing that. We just didn't explain all that right now. She's trying to digest all this, right?
Yeah.
So you're planning to close up this portal so this deadly horde won't invade? Is that your
Yes.
plan? Make her persuasion check at advantage, Attamack.
Oh boy.
No
That was to GM still. Oops. Oh.
That's fine. It's on 18, so I can see that. Okay. I need you to promise me one thing, Attamack, if you were to go on this fool's errand. I need you, if it's too dangerous, I need you back home. If it's too much, just run. Come back to me. Can you do that for me?
I can promise you that, yes.
You promise? Is that a persuasion or a deception roll there, Attamack?
Oh god, I don't know. I have to think about that. Like, I know, like, I was trying to implement things from like the last time he died. Like, if it ever came to that situation, he probably would actually flee. So I think it's gonna be more of a persuasion.
Okay, make a persuasion check.
Since he's already died once. Oh wow. Okay.
So she takes Attamack's head in her hands gently with a kind of a hand on each cheek and says, "Okay, you come back to us, Attamack. While I don't really grasp the gravity of the situation, I know that do your best to stop this. If what I saw is even half true, it scares the life out of me. But nothing scares me more than Zia and Zorum not having a father. And you did promise to come back. So come back. Turn and run if it's too dangerous."
I will.
And then the tension kind of leaves the room. And she collapses back in a chair. Whew. And we'll take that as a convenient moment to have a short break while I say goodnight to children. And I'll pick it up right when they're having to having your wife's memories modified to accept this outrageous story you've told, and you making a promise to run if things got too dangerous.
Yup.
But we'll pick this up in a couple of minutes, guys, so let's take 5.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be back. So, with your Miri finally convinced that perhaps going to stop the literal invasion of hell is more important than the immediate concerns of your children needing a father, she takes a deep breath and says, "Oh, so what's your next move, Attamack? Can I help in any way? What can I do?" Sorry, it's my phone. That's not important. Sorry, carry on.
We do need boat passage, probably.
That was the alarm spell. You do know there are airships based in Port Damali as well.
Yeah.
So just throwing that out there. Well,
Would we have connections through our tribe? We'd probably have more connections with like sea ships, right?
Before, before the moment passes, though, Connor wants to approach her and get down to her and promises that he'll give his life to bring him back, bring Eddie back.
Well,
Oh damn.
Well, thank you. I'd appreciate that. So, I mean, just looking at you, I can tell you're at least dabble in the arcane. But get them the proverbial hell out of hell if it's too dangerous.
Colin nods and just steps back.
Okay.
And then I'll tell her like my travels haven't been what's the word? Oh no, I had the word and it's gone.
Oh, Attamack.
He's just gonna bring out no, not uneventful.
Unsuccessful.
No, I'm gonna dump the money on her. What am I trying to say?
You're giving her money?
Yeah.
It's her wife, man. Come on. You're just gonna walk away with all this moolah? Yeah, sure.
But anyways, like, yeah, my travels haven't been completely useless. I've made some money on the way, and
Fruitful? Was that what you're looking for?
yeah, that's the word, fruitful. My travels have been fruitful. And he's gonna drop a sack of 4,000 gold on the table.
She stares at you in disbelief. How did you get this?
Just from our travels, we've been finding a lot of items we're selling. So I've just
Don't worry. He might be a shit trader, but he's a pretty good adventurer.
Wow, I can see that. I don't know what to do with this.
Use it for the family, the tribe, however you see fit. I feel like the money's best in your hands.
Well, I can spend it. Don't worry about that. But right now, my immediately concern is there's thousands of gold pieces on my table here. What do I put them in a chest? Do you have a chest?
I don't think I have a bag of holding, do I? No, I don't.
I do, but I don't have a chest in it. I have a I have a sleeping bag.
I can fabricate a chest for him.
Okay.
Okay. How long does it take you to fabricate it?
No time once I can rest and prepare the spell.
Okay, so Attamack, just hold on to this for now, and as soon as your friends comes up with a chest, we'll put it in there, and I'll get some locks. Do you think this needs to be guarded as well? Surely word will get out.
She's a banker, right? Some kind of banker.
Her? No, she's like a tribe shaman, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and there is a banker somewhere. I mean, there's somewhere around the banker, somewhere you could put money in a safe place.
There would be in Port Damali, not in this place though. We could store it in.
Then take the two. Sorry, go ahead.
Is this for me and the kids, or is it for the tribe? Is this just for me?
It's for you and the kids, but like, yeah, no, it's for you and the kids.
Okay.
Unless you'd like me to give some to the tribe too.
It's up to you. I mean, I'm just in shock that you've This is more than I can spend in a lifetime.
How about, do you know what? I'll give her 3,000 and 1,000 of the tribe to kind of get them off my ass about being useless, and like I'll tell her that.
Oh, okay. Uh, hmm, I guess in the absence of the sister and yourself, your brother would be the person to give this to. Yeah, well, I guess we'll make
Don't really like him though.
but our tribe does have a hierarchy, and I maybe you could talk about it with your father. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll get his advice on it, and if he sends me to him, then.
Okay. Oh, so I is time a problem here? Do you need to get to this place sooner rather than later?
We need to like restock our supplies. What time is it, I guess?
It's about midday. You can get to Port Damali. It's a short walk from here.
Stay with your family.
Yeah, we could finish the day off here, and we can restock. Like we're trading tribes, so I would hope we'd have some sort of resources here for sale.
What you looking for,
Oh, I don't need nothing. I
Mara?
just paid off my family.
Connell always needs spells.
In sorry, about Port Damali? Is that what we're saying, or just in this area?
For
Both.
here, for now, until we go to Port Damali.
Well, both, just so we know. Connell, you'll be looking for spells. Mara?
And then you can upgrade on the scimitar if it ever comes up. Those two things.
I would like to look for some spell components first
Okay.
of all, and I would also like to get. I have a Mace of Disruption, which I would like to get appraised.
Okay.
Oh, right. That's what I was going to do.
So massive disruption to get it appraised. You mean to get a value on it?
Yes. And I would
you-
also like to find a church for the Wayfinder, if there is one here in Port
there would
Damali.
be one there. Yep. This is the god you created. I hope that power doesn't go to your head. But this this Wayfinder, when we talked about it way back when, it's quite a well-established god, right? It's not like your own personal traveler type of god, right?
Yeah. Just
Okay.
an adventurer god, basically.
Yeah. Well, there's lots of adventurers around. So you're looking to visit a Temple of the Wayfinder, looking for diamonds? Is that what you're looking for?
I have to go through my stuff and double check, but diamonds will definitely be one of them.
Okay, Connor looking for spell books, or spells in particular, I guess. And Attamack, you remembered what you're going to do?
Yep.
So I'm gonna buy some javelins.
Okay.
And then maybe like a grappling hook.
Okay, they're very easy to find and buy, so we could just do that now.
And then possibly look at getting my sword appraised as well.
Okay, so let's oops. So javelins, it's almost slightly odd to look at these because they're 5 silver pieces for one.
Oh, I see. How many silver pieces I got? I got 45 silver pieces, so I can get 9 of them.
You can get 5 of them.
Yeah, math.
Nothing else. Well, no, I'm just saying, just carrying 9 javelins around is not very practical.
No.
I can give you 5.
Yeah, let's do that.
So that'll be 2 gold. What did I say? Javelins 5 silver pieces. Yeah, so that'd be 2.5 gold. So 2 gold and 5 silver pieces. I hope you let yourself some there.
Oh yeah, no, I did.
All right. Okay.
I still have like 500 gold.
So let's just do these appraisals as well. So we want to know the value of a Mace of Disruption.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, just a second. Why am I not seeing? Oh, there it is. You could get a cool. Make a persuasion check. Let's just fast forward the haggling and see how good a price you get for your mace. You get 4,000 GP for that mace.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Scale back.
And what were you
Just
looking
like
for?
that, you're fine.
What were you looking for, Connell? What were you to get appraised?
For weapons wise, no, nothing praised. I was looking for any kind of upgrade on the skirmisher that I've got. So a new skirmisher, if I can find one, and besides that, it's just spells.
Sorry, I think was it Attamack wanting something appraised?
Right.
Yeah, my what is it actually called instead of the name I gave it? Just a greatsword. My
Plain
life
old
drinker.
greatsword? Oh, life drinker.
Yeah.
I think it's life stealing, isn't it, technically?
Yeah, it's the greatsword of life stealing.
Make me a persuasion check.
Oh, I've already used all my good ones. Okay, here's hoping.
Oh,
DM inspiration.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm not. No, I don't care about the money. I
You
don't
do
want to
get
waste it on that.
you do get that though.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm okay with that.
All right. So let's zoom back to the village. Kind of got sidetracked back there and says, so we'll find somewhere to store it. Maybe with your father's permission, we could store it in the longhouse. Maybe that's good. But in terms of the money you need to leave to the tribe, do you want to speak to Gulagak now?
Yeah, I can, and then I'll be back here later.
Okay. So by the time you arrived back to the Gulagak's house, he's sitting up and some nice person is feeding him soup. And he's kind of brushing them aside and feeding him himself. It seems some type of strength at least has returned to them. Attamack, welcome back. And Mara, can't thank you again. I'm feeling much better, thank you.
So I'll approach him and I'll say I have some money I've earned on my travels that I'd like to give to the tribe to help out.
Oh well, that's mighty generous of you. We need to perhaps call a meeting in the town hall and talk about this. What exactly are you giving us here, Attamack?
So I just got another 1,000. Is this before or after I sell the sword?
Let's just say you've got it now. And this meeting
Okay,
happens on your way out of Port Damali or something. So assume you have it.
I'll get 1,400 gold.
Like what? 1,400 gold? That's well, you. He's lost for words, and eventually sputters out, "Well, that's the best thing you ever did for this tribe. Attamack was leaving it and coming back with this money. This is amazing. I think we need some type of public ceremony to denote this. I really don't feel up to it. So, what?
Okay.
You don't think that's the best course of action, Attamack? You want to do this anonymously, or how do you want to play this?
You know what? Let's do this so they all know that I'm not a worthless piece of trash.
Well, as I said, it's best that I don't think it'll be good for the tribe to see me in this slightly better but still weak position. So, I'll make the proper arrangements and get everybody together in the longhouse, and then the stage will be yours. How does that sound?
Sure, as long as I don't have to make a speech or anything.
Okay, so well, you're going to have to say something, Attamack. Everybody's going to be curious why this meeting was called, and that's going to be your moment.
All right.
And we have actually this new club in town called Toastmasters. Perhaps you need to attend a few lessons and get your confidence at public speaking. That's not at all
No,
true.
if it's anything like real life, it's not happening. I had to take 4-H and I could not do a speech in front of people.
Interesting. Okay. So the town meeting is called. All 80 odd orcs and half orcs. You haven't seen your mother, by the way. Something you've probably noticed, but you haven't seen your mother. The town hall is gathered. People start looking around, and Aramir takes the stage, and he says, my brother, who has been away for some time, has something he'd like to say to us all. So, Attamack, please come up and join us.
God.
And this
okay,
was
he'll go.
This was a decision that both I and Attamack come together. I must say it took some convincing for him to do this, but we both felt eventually that this was the right thing to do. So on behalf of the family, it took some convincing, but Attamack has something very generous to offer us. So Attamack, all eyes turn to you.
Does he not know that I'm giving money? Sounds like okay. I'll go up to stage. And I'll just address everyone like, hello. So I've been gone for a while, and I know a lot of people have questioned whether I died or if I was just doing nothing out in the world. And well, I'm back, and I'd like to donate some money that I've earned on my travels to the tribe.
And how much did we discuss, Attamack?
Yeah, so Eddie, Connell is saying, Connell's whispering in his ear. He's trying to take credit. You got to put it in the bud. You can.
I'll just look at him and say, we didn't discuss anything. This was between me and father. Nothing to do with you.
Make a persuasion check, not so much for Aramir, but for the crowd.
So much persuasion tonight.
Ooh, and you're nailing it. And someone yells out the back, how much you donating, Attamack? How much you giving the tribe?
1,200 gold.
1,200, okay. And
yep.
there's a slow rumble from the back saying, Attamack, Attamack, Attamack. People start cheering, going, ooh, yay, Attamack, Attamack. And your brother says, no, actually, it was Attamack, Attamack. And the guy, your brother, just shoots daggers at you and leaves the stage. And one of the kind of not janitor, but the one who takes care of the longhouse approaches you with a chest. Do you put the gold in?
Do I know this guy and or trust him?
Yes, you know him, and yes, you do trust him.
Okay, yes, I'll put the money in the chest.
And he takes it back and kind of puts it under some floorboards and locks it down, puts some chains on it. You know, a lot of the valuable things for the tribe is kept here. Yeah. Eventually the crowd goes back, and Aramir slaps you on the back and says, well done, Attamack. I'll be talking to various elders in the village to decide exactly what to do with this. But well done.
Just trying to do my part.
Okay. So what are you guys' plans from here?
He's gonna realize that 3 grand is a lot to leave with his family, and he's kind of worried now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Port Damali? There's more you want to do?
What time is it now?
Mid-afternoon.
Which in the night? To the night, so you spend some time with your family?
Yeah, pretty much, and then we'll leave first thing in the morning.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. You could stay in the longhouse, Connell, Mara. There's perfectly adequate places to sleep around here. that cool?
Mm.
Okay. So Attamack, you spend the evening with your family. I'll let you decide in your own mind what that exactly entails.
Okay.
And you wake up in the morning to the sounds of screaming kids who they continue to bash the dolls that you gave them together. It's classic kid stuff. The
Yeah.
morning awakes, and for the long first time in a long time, you really got a decent night's sleep. Sleeping in your own bed can't be beat. Morning comes.
Yeah.
It's not so much feasting here, but in the longhouse, a lot of feasting is done last night and for breakfast too. And the morning comes round, you are well fed, you are well rested. And before I forget, I'm just gonna message Errol and Vivi to see if they want anything in Port Damali. Because we may or may not end up in Port Damali when time runs out. Yep, so morning comes. You guys heading off to Port Damali?
Yep. Whenever he's ready.
Yup. I think so. I think we're good to go. Oh, what about the do we have like a way to magically seal the chest, or is it just like a normal chest?
The chest, fabricates a normal chest, but it's going to be a very elaborate, well-made chest. Now, I'm not trying to do all that, but it's a Here, I can put this on the spell. Hang on.
Is there a way to like hide it under the bed and the floor or something? Is that a thing we can do?
I can do things. I can do fabricate all kind of things. So I can do a secret compartment, something like that, if you want to go with it. And do I have knock? I don't think I do. All right, I have arcane lock. Yeah. Let me check arcane lock. Hang on.
I think that one fades over time though, doesn't it?
I don't know. I have to look at it. I'm gonna try to put it up there, but I gotta ready it. Hang on, so I gotta put some. I gotta change spells out real quick so I can put it up there.
Duration
Yeah,
until dispelled.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's and it has a code to it, right? So the person was right.
Oh, it can't be learned by because she's a druid technically. Can she learn any spells
You have
like
to
that?
learn it. Let's do the password. You should be fine.
Spells are only available for wizards and artificers, so no.
Oh.
Yeah, but I can give the
yeah.
password to you. So I'll create a chest and a trap door somewhere, and put arcane lock on the trap door and the chest, and then give her the passcodes to both.
So she's a chest
Addie
that
is a weasel. No playing.
So chest only, I guess Connell, Attamack, and Miri can open. Okay, done. So you come up with a very elaborate chest. You fabricate one. It looks great. You put in, if it's okay with you, images of Attamack and Miri and the kids on the chest as well.
Perfect.
Yep. The gold. So there's a trapdoor at the bottom which the gold goes under. So even if they could get it open, they still won't necessarily see it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so the numerous gold pieces, maybe even some platinum if you had those, because they're so much more convenient. Goes under the chest, you lock it up, and feeling confident that only your wife and trusted companions could open it.
Perfect.
All right, so with that, maybe not so much goodbyes at this point, but see you laters.
See you laters.
Yeah. Okay. So, sorry, what stones are those, Mara?
The seeing eye stones. Addie, did you want those?
Oh, right. Yeah, if we weren't going to do anything with them, we could do that.
I had no plans, so I'll just, you can have them.
Sure. So yeah, we'll set up a scene stone and can see my family and they can see me, make sure I'm not dead.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, very good.
Set up for Skype calls.
Yeah.
Zoom meeting.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can take one and then bring back one with Mary. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a Skype call type of situation.
Perfect.
And you head over to Port Damali. And I have a nice little map here, which I don't think you can see. But let me make it so you can see. Oh, can you guys see that?
I do.
Okay, let me just...
Keepers.
That is a giant ass city, man. I think that's bigger than Rexentrum, isn't it? Or at least the map is. Maybe not the actual in-game size. Still massive.
Let me just get these.
Oh my lord.
It's a big old place.
That it is.
So, you kind of enter through this. Actually, I'll get a little token marker. Steal one from over here. So you come across on this side over here. And already you can tell the city is alight. There's lots of people buzzing around, and even as the outskirts, the city does its best to make itself very, very colourful. You know that Attamack, it's kind of... There's the semblance of control by the various authorities representing the Clovis Concord and guilds and stuff, but really there's a lot going underground, under the scenes. I know the Myriad has a presence here, and a lot of the people who run the town are in cahoots with the Myriad, including the local constabulary, the local policemen. You don't know if they're who they say they are. You know that there's many temples to a lot of the gods around here, not the least always the Wayfinder. And in fact, the Wayfinder temple, let's say, is about here. That's the first thing you're going to come across. So Mara, you see the familiar iconography of the Wayfinder temple. What would you like to do?
I would like to go in, pay my respects. I'll donate 100 gold there. Just straight off the bat. And I am also going to cast a spell.
Okay,
as I am praying.
Sure.
Yeah, casting Word of Recall. So it basically sets this place as my recall center. It's my sanctuary.
Nice. Yes, they did something similar on Critical Role just recently, I believe. Not sure how updated you are, but they did use this. So yes, how do you go backwards? How do you come back here?
I will have to cast the spell again.
Okay, and it's duration, casting time, 1 action. Okay, so you can pretty much instantly bamf back to this temple of the Wayfinder.
Yep.
Okay, very good. So this is
very nice.
Yeah. So to prepare. Just want to see if it mentions any has to be on the same plane, and it doesn't say that. So you could, in fact, bamf out of hell using this spell. Okay.
It's a pretty good spell, I'm not going to lie.
It's a pretty good spell. It's a very good get out of hell situation spell.
Yeah.
So very good. So you give your donation. The local Wayfinder cleric is grateful to receive it, and you spend some moment in prayer, and you cast this spell, feeling if all else goes bad, you and 5 willing creatures can bamf back to right here. Excellent. Anything else you'd like to do in the temple, Mara?
Not at the moment, but if we do have time while everybody else is kind of looking around, I'll come back and kind of, if there's anybody here that's like injured or sickly, I'll come back and help them. But otherwise, I'll mainly stay with everybody.
Okay, so So you continue along the path, and to roll something here. Oops. So there's lots of like every major town. There's lots of street urchins and people who don't necessarily have a home wandering around, and there's just a bunch of dirty kids basically. A lot of them kind of come around you and say hi, try to be friendly as much as they can, and then they kind of vanish off again down an alleyway.
Nothing suspicious about that.
Just 1 second. Yeah, so Connell, Attamack, and yeah, bunch of kids going around. What do you guys do?
Mara will immediately dip and follow. We are telepathic currently. Is that correct, Connell?
Yep.
I'll as I'm like kind of half quick walking away, I'll telepathically kind of mention that yeah, your pockets are a little lighter than they used to be a couple seconds ago.
Mine are?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's follow them. Do you know how much I lost? Can I check and see?
I mean, you've got you're a terrible pickpocket. A target. I'm going to say all those electrum pieces. Imagine Connell was organized. Those 47 electrum pieces. Poof, they're gone.
47. I'm actually not sure how much that is, but I can figure it out. Okay.
Well,
So we're gonna try to chase these kids down. Yeah, I can do math. So
chase them down. Follow them.
yeah,
I'm speed walking. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the angry mother walking towards the children that shouldn't have been doing what they just did.
Okay.
Essentially.
They see you glaring at them and stomping over to them, and they just scatter. There was 5 of them in this group that are around you, and 5 of them go in 5 different directions.
Okay, and the direction that the one that I know went. The one like, 'cause I saw which one it is, right?
I'm just gonna roll some. It's so hard to get stuff past Mara. Actually, I'm just gonna roll a d20. If they roll a natural 20, I'm gonna assume they manage to. No, they don't. So as the bag of electrum pieces shuffling back and forth between people, and you watch it. It's like watching that thing we put threaded cups down, and one of them has the bean underneath it. You watch really closely, and you're pretty sure the one who headed off to down this way. You're gonna follow them down to the docks.
Yeah. How close are they compared to me?
At the moment, they're about 30 feet away from them, and they're just booking it. This particular street urchin. What do you do?
I will channel divinity read thoughts.
Okay.
As I'm following.
Okay.
Shit.
Natural 20 for their save.
Wow.
Nope.
So did Michael also give smell? Get their scent?
The
one that has it.
So you're trying to get a scent of the person who pickpocketed you?
Or the one. I guess I want to. Can I smell my own scent on the?
Oh
bill?
yeah.
On the.
Yes, you
I want
could.
to try. I want to try my own scent on the. Yeah, track that.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to explain how you follow a smell because we humans don't do that. But let's do it. I don't know, computer game style, and you see a green trail behind this person, and it'd be very easy to track where they go. And you see Mara trying to do some type of divine magic, and the kid just keeps on booking it. What do you guys do?
We're following the one with the smell, right?
Uh-huh.
I'll I will gently call out to them to stop and that we're not gonna hurt them. We just want to talk.
Okay, is that sounds suspiciously like suggestion or something, but you're just trying to tell them?
Yep, I'm just trying to be nice first. Yeah.
Make your
That could be
persuasion
that,
check
actually.
at
First.
disadvantage.
At
That could be
disadvantage,
that,
you said?
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 13. The kid just keeps on running.
Okay. If that doesn't work, I will cast Hold Person.
Okay.
Poor
So another
child.
d20.
It's much
12. That's
better than.
No,
that's
not
not
even
going to be
close.
good
But
enough. So,
Alright.
so functionally that means they just can't move, right? They're frozen,
yeah, they're basically yeah
paralyzed.
paralyzed. They just stop moving.
Paralyzed for a minute. Just get the exact definition of paralyzed from my handy dandy DM screen here.
Connell.
The paralyzed creature is incapacitated and can't move or speak, and they fail a bunch of other things. And so incapacitated, can't take actions or reactions. So basically, you cast this spell that is paralyzed and falls to the ground and kind of scrapes along the dock for a while, not moving.
Okay. I will walk over. I'll go pick him up, kind of dust him off a little bit. I will cure wounds his injuries. I'm just gonna do boop. And then I'll basically just say and reiterate, like, we're not gonna hurt you, just wanna talk. It's all good. Okay, I'm gonna undo the spell and you're gonna be able to move again. I need you to stay where you're at. We're just gonna chat.
As this was all going down, you notice some burly dock hands noticing you chasing a child and the child falling over, and then you approaching it, and they start coming up looking like, what the hell are you doing to the kid? But then they say you pick him up, you see, you know, some divine healing happens, and they turn around and go about their business. Not only do the scrapes and bruises he took from tumbling down the stocks, but lots of other, it's a lot of the wounds on his head is just nasty. Like maybe he scraped his arm and it got dirty and it never healed. Those type of things start clearing up. So he's looking less like someone who's lived on the streets for a long time. Just some dirty kid now. He's not covered in bruises and scabs. And the spell fades because it's up to 1 minute.
Yeah, I will dispel it after
Okay.
after basically I said what I said.
And with his big brown eyes, he just looks up at Mara.
Aww.
I'll go, okay, I I I need you to return what you took. You know you can't do that. What's your name, kid?
Joseph.
Okay, Joseph. Joseph, you know that stealing is wrong, right? Okay. Well, you're very lucky that we are very, very nice people, because if we weren't, people would be very, very mean to you. I need you to return what you've taken to my friend here. And then
But then he will beat me.
who?
The master. If I don't bring him stuff, he's gonna beat me. I don't want to be beaten.
Don't worry, don't worry. You're not gonna be beaten. Why don't you tell me a little bit more about this master?
Oh, he lives in. He doesn't like us talking about him. Make a persuasion check.
Yeah, I'm lucky in that.
Ah, for the sake of a
That's
poor
much
kid.
better.
Well, all the kids around here work for him, and we bring him what we get, and he gives us a little bit back, and if we don't bring him enough, he beats us. I don't want to be beaten.
Oh, and I don't want you to be beaten either. How about I take you to a safe place for now, sweetie? How about that?
What sort of safe place?
Well, see, I have some friends over at the jeez, the Church of the Wayfinder. That's who I pray to kind of help me when I'm having a tough time and to help put me on the path, and maybe they can help you.
Will they feed me?
Yeah, and I'll give them enough money to make sure that they can take care of you. And I think I might have some business with this master of yours. So maybe I'll go deal with that also. But don't worry, you won't be beaten again. I'll make sure of that.
Ooh.
He says
Oh, yeah.
he says okay, and he stands up. He's probably 7, 8 years old, something like that, and he grabs hold of your hand and grasps it tightly.
Okay. And I will walk him over to Connell, and I will wait for him to hand the money back.
Yeah, he sheepishly goes into a ratty pocket and brings out your electrum pieces and hands them back to you.
All right, Connors, he's ready to kick some butt.
No, you can't teach. You gotta teach the kids that stealing is wrong.
Not the kid. Not the
Okay.
kid. Clarify.
It sounded like you want to hit the kid.
No. My bad.
Important clarification.
Yeah.
Okay, so he hands you back. You do a quick cursory count of it, and indeed all the electrum pieces are returned to you. And you go back to the Wayfinder's temple. There's a half elf there who you spoke to before. You know, Naira Blessed. Naira Blessed. So, hi, welcome back. Who's this you brought with you, Mara?
Well, unfortunately, it seems that this young fellow is on a particularly bad path, and we're trying to help him. There seems to be some issues with some local children that I'm going to go help solve. But in the meantime, would you mind taking in another? I'm sure that you guys have your hands full, but would you guys mind taking in another child? I can help pay for him, of course.
Are you meaning permanently, Mara?
For however long he wishes, yes. I'm not like forcing him to become a cleric, but if he would like to stay, I should pay for it.
And Joseph looks up at Nara and says, "You got any food?" And
I will.
yeah.
Jesus. I will make sure he has some rations to snack on.
Okay.
As well.
He sits down in a corner of the temple and rather messily starts devouring the rations. Well, I saw the donation you made before, Mara. I will take care of him in the meantime. Are you planning to stay here in Port Damali, or you just passing through?
Well, we're passing through, but I think I have some business here to deal with before I leave.
So just please come and see me before you leave town.
Of course. To be fair, I think I may be bringing more children with me when I return. Just so you are aware of that. I'm sure that we can figure out some sort of payment I can make for you.
She looks rather suspect of this. You know, we're not an orphanage, right?
I know, but I'm assuming if the orphanages worked here that there wouldn't be children on the street. So I know that our church and our people here are probably the best bet for these young children.
Well, let's take care of little Joseph here in the meantime, and let's see where the chips may fall. But the Wayfinder be with you. Hope he will guide your path as he does all of us.
Yes, thank you. Okay.
Okay. What do you do?
Yep. Okay. I will, before I leave, I will go up to Joseph and ask him just to let me know where the master usually is when they go and see him.
He says we usually see him at the Rock Bottom Tavern and Inn. We usually meet him in the alley outside.
And what does he look like?
Let me just put in the name of that tavern. Oh, he's a skinny guy. He more or less lives in the Rock Bottom Tavern and Inn. I get the impression that he drinks most of what we bring him. So look for a large gentleman, probably plastered off his face, and that's going to be the master.
What is his hair and eye color?
He's got very, very thin hair, almost balding. He's a human. Yeah, he's hard to miss.
Okay, thank you. I will be back later.
Okay.
And I'll give him a little pat on the head as I head out and leave.
Okay, he continues to devour the rations. Okay. He says the Rock Bottom Tavern and Inn is over in the Tumble Downs, which is over here. Oh, wait a minute! I just saw your message, Connell.
Oh, that's for later. I just want to put it in the message. There's no rush. I just realized the spell, something I got. Makes sense.
So I need to come up with 2 locations for you, right?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah.
Okay, I'll chat to you offline, but
Yeah.
One's
no rush.
obvious.
That's why I
But
put it in chat.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So what do you guys do?
I'm
Go find a
basically
bully.
heading right there.
Yep, go find a bully.
Yeah.
Okay, so you start following this rather large path around here. It's not the most direct route, but it's the route least likely to get lost on, and it's nice to see the ocean as well, one that isn't frozen over and trying to kill you. It's quite pleasant. But you continue round to the Tumble Downs district. Let's say about there. On the way there, the town, the city is doing its best to have a festival type of atmosphere to it. And there's lots of people jumping around, a lot of buskers. And on your way there, the group of you looking around, taking in the sights. A lot of these sights are familiar to you, Attamack, because you've done trading in here. But, you get almost to where the Rock Bottom Tavern and Inn is. And you get immediately accosted by a group of busking bands. And they start playing music around you, singing songs, sort of traditional folk songs, and they're circling around you, and they're dancing. And one guy starts moving in and out of you, holding out a hat, pulling sort of really funny faces. And they're basically zooming around you, going round and around and around, playing this music over and over again.
Can't step aside to cast a spell.
Okay.
It's this one.
You flick your wrist causing.
Step aside. Because he just had his purse stolen, so he wants to put money stolen, so he wants to put his money in a pocket dimension for a little while.
Okay. Cool.
Just saying.
Okay, got it. And these dancers keep on dancing around you, singing songs, and you move a little bit, and they keep on circling around you, singing, dancing. What do you do?
Have they taken anything?
Maro, with your eagle eye, having already seen one of your party members pickpocketed, they haven't taken anything.
I'll basically just command saying that we need to get through. And I will I will just like literally like kind of half force my way through, making like a, I don't know, angry Mara face. And if they don't back off, I will basically mantle of flame myself so that they back off.
Oh my god.
I'm mad.
I'll just like throw a gold coin in the guy that's got his hat out and just walk through.
The guy kind of does a very theatrical bow to Attamack, and a path opens. Mara, there's still one in front of you. You're just trying to be intimidating, right? I'm not sure if you're casting a spell. If you'd like to make an intimidation check.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Hey.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's not bad at all. All of a sudden, the music stops, and they all stare at Mara. And one of them is staring directly back at you, and someone says, Jerry, get out the way! Get out the way! And he continues to stare, and he scampers off round to his buddies, leaving a clear path for Mara to storm through, if she'd like.
Okay. Yep, I'm just going, and I'm making sure that they ain't taking none of my shit.
They haven't taken any of your shit, but yeah, you barge through. Connell, everybody else can go through. I think they're basically grateful to get away from this very upset woman with a gold coin. And after you storm down the road a little bit, they back off and go to harass somebody else. And eventually, you have to ask a few questions, or maybe even Attamack would know. But you get to the Rock Bottom Tavern and Inn. And it's a large 2-story building made out of wood and brick, and it sits along a narrow road in the Tumbledown ward, which is where you are. A well-polished sign above the door reads Rock Bottom Tavern and Inn. Inside is a comfortable common room warmed by a large hearth that sits against the back wall, and the place is packed with a wide variety of people enjoying meals, drink, and company. And hurrying about from table to table are 2 identical dwarf teens with bronze skin and messy black hair. I say, we'll be with you just a minute, just clearing the tables, just wait, says one of the twins.
Okay. I will take a look around the room. Does anybody match the description that I have been given?
Make a perception check.
Wow, I rolled a 4.
For a 16, yes, you do see someone, skinny, as I said, black hair around his face, kind of. It's the tragic situation of someone who's gone quite bald, but for some reason thinking growing long hair out the back of his head makes him look somehow youthly. But in fact does quite the opposite. It just looks odd. There's a few strands. He's trying to, do the comb over look, fooling no one. And he looks passed out drunk on one of the tables.
Passed out drunk?
Yep. Like this is early evening. So unless you assume he's got some serious day drinking behind him. What do you do?
I guess I will wait for a table, and I will keep my eye on him in the meantime. And begin formulating how the heck I'm getting rid of this guy.
So eventually one of these dwarven twins, they get you a table and set you down, and you guys order some ale, I'm imagining?
Whiskey.
Yup.
Yeah, I'll just have some like weak ale. Nothing
Weak
too
ale.
strong.
Okay, I assume to feed all of you, let's say an even gold piece, just to get decent drinks and watered down ale, which is pretty much all they serve here anyway. And yeah,
I can pay for
that. Okay, so as I said, this is a pretty busy place. Lots happening here. Seems to be a very sort of a nice place in a lower class neighborhood, and for that reason it's quite popular. You see people coming and going and getting jovial, just having a good time. You wait an hour or so, and eventually, looking at the table, you hear a loud snort. And this guy, described as the master by the child, steps up, and there's a long piece of drool connecting the side of his face to the table. And he kind of wipes it off and looks around a little bit dazed. And he says, Sada! Sada! And one of the twin dwarven girls rushes over. What is it, Jeremy? What would you like? Just bring me more ale and just hurry up, go! And this little dwarven girl who referred to as Sada just takes off, presumably to get him more ale.
Okay.
She dressed him as Jeremy.
Frickin' Jeremy.
Frickin' Jeremy.
Does there anybody else that seems to be kind of like talking with this man, or is he pretty much just this one jerk?
Make an insight check. Oh, sorry, I didn't see it there. 18. You look around and you don't see any adults looking at him, but you glance outside and you see there are two very dirty children who are trying to make eye contact with Jeremy, but he hasn't yet noticed them.
Okay, so more unless you gotta play, Con's gotta play. You think you want to do?
We'll do your play first. Or hey, we're telepathic. What do you want to do? What is
I'm
the
gonna go
play?
and have a direct conversation with him, and then I'm gonna cast GS on him. He can't even so much as look at a child bad again, or he'll be finished pain. And I'm tempting to try to do another modified memory to give him a horrific experience. But I'll do at least the GS. I'm not sure if spell counts that right, but
Yeah, I never know how to say that one. GS.
Yeah, I think it's GS. I think, but there it is.
It's like GS.
GS, maybe yeah. And just go try to see if we can put the Fear God into him.
Yeah, that's what my thought was also gonna be.
You can do a talking if you want. I'll let's cast that one. The other thing we can do is we can cast Modify Memory again, similar to what we did with Addie's wife, except this time a little more horrific. Here's an experience of what you'll taste if you do anything else. If anything worse, this is a temporary thing. But anything worse, anything at all, we'll come back and we'll take you here and give him as a memory as if I took him to hell and dropped him off.
I agree, but I do think that we should do it outside. So I'd almost say that we should wait until he notices the kids. I'll intercept the kids, and then you can do that outside.
Sure.
Okay.
Just so that we're not doing it in the middle of a bar.
Yeah.
This is how you pronounce the spell.
Dramatic, so.
Interesting.
Okay.
So that is not helpful.
And it comes from ancient Irish mythology.
Yes.
That's how you should spell it. Anyway,
so
you're waiting for him to go out and talk to the children. Is that the idea?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for him to notice that the kids are there, and then when he gets up, I'm basically gonna go out and intercept the children, and make sure that they don't go into the back. And instead, we're gonna send Connell, and Connell's gonna put the fear of God into him.
Yeah, I want to borrow Addie's muscle that of sling hold against the wall. So that you can do.
Oh god.
Yeah, you cool with that? You cool with that?
Yeah.
All right. We got all
Okay.
three of us doing something. That's pretty cool.
So he eventually catches the eye of the children, and he kind of gives them the nod, and you notice them kind of ducking around an alley beside the building, and him going through a back door towards the alley. What do you guys do?
I'll duck out and try to see if I can get to the kids before they can get to him.
Okay, they're not in a particular hurry, so we'll switch back to you, Connor, once we've done this bit. But yeah, you swing around. It's easy enough to get in. You just see two otherwise nondescript kids heading towards the back alley of this place.
I will get in between them, kind of put like a finger up to my mouth and go, I spoke with Joseph and I need to speak with you two if possible.
Make a persuasion check.
Luck that.
Okay. You're invested. Oh.
Oh gosh.
And if they don't do what they're gonna do, what can I do?
They just try to walk around you.
Suggestion.
A shrug.
Suggestion.
Yes.
I
Spend my
cast
capital on this little thing.
hold person
Spend a lot of
level
capital.
3,
Oh gosh.
Okay.
so I can target 2 people.
Let's just roll some d20s here. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh gosh, got 20.
One of them
One for a
collapses to the ground in a heap, and towards it, and he turns around, like away from the direction he's going, and just takes off down the alley as quick as he can.
Okay. It is not a. Oh, it is a concentration. What am I gonna do here?
Just to be clear, you are trying to help these children, right?
I know,
Yeah.
right?
It doesn't seem like it.
He's trying to get him out of
I will cast. Yeah, I will cast suggestion on both of them.
Traumatized about the way you're trying to help him.
Or the one that's running to come back, and that we're just gonna sit and have a chat. I'm friends with Joseph. We're trying to deal with the master, and I can't have you speaking to him.
Okay, so this has to be to both of them because the one on the ground is immediately going to be no longer held.
Well, I'll just I'll go down and like, I'll do the same thing where like I basically just like sit him up so that he's sitting there and kind of have a loose hold on him.
Okay, I'm going to say that well, one of them fails.
This is how I was gonna go too. Those mine things are gonna fail.
Roller 1 to 3. Mara, 1 to 3, it's a kid on the ground that was held. 4 to 6, it's the other kid. So 1 to 3 is a kid on the ground. Oh, so the kid on the ground says. So what do you suggest?
That they come and talk to me.
Oh,
because
sure.
I'm friends with Joseph.
Sure thing, miss. Any friends of Joseph is a friend of mine. Now the kid is just looking at.
I mean, he'll be fine.
Not really. If they see a big giant half-orc shaking down somebody, I'll just hold person again.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Let's see if I can continue rolling these things.
Stay still,
11.
children!
You ever used
too
to
much
fail
into
for
this.
kids?
On both of them?
No, just on the one that's running.
Okay, so the one that runs stops, falls to the ground, and scrapes up his knee quite badly.
Oh my god.
I'll go pick him up, bring him back over, put him down next to the other one, and cure wounds both of them.
Okay, so they both heal up. Same thing again. The nasty bruises and scratches that have become infected. One of them's actually got a really bad infected foot. Like it's almost a layer of pus on the bottom of his foot, which instantly clears up thanks to the cure wounds. And you get the impression that given another week or so, he probably would have, at best, lost the foot. So they're very, very thankful, but they're very confused. What is it you want, miss?
Well, we're trying to deal with your master. I don't think that he's been treating you guys rather fairly. Here, before we begin our chat though, and I'll bring out my rations and I will hand some to them so that they can have something to eat.
They
Yeah.
greedily gulp it down, almost half choking as they do it.
Oh, oof. Okay. And I will mention that Joseph is currently at the temple to the Wayfinder, and that if they'd like, I can bring them there, and that they can kind of get off the streets. for however long they want to stay there.
No offense, lady, but no gods have ever done us any favors.
Well, I mean, maybe that changes.
They eye you suspiciously.
I just smile nicely and kind of reach my hand down to them.
They're far more interested in the food than your hand.
That is fair. I will give them more food then if that is what they require.
Okay, so as Mara burns through half her lives tracking down half her spells, tracking down children and healing them and beating them up and all sorts of things that go as well as planned. Switch around to Connell and Attamack. What are you guys doing?
About behind him, and then Con's gonna, after talking telepathically, he's giving a nod to grab him.
Once he's out in the alley?
Yeah, in the alley.
So you're following him like stealthily, or you're just barging after him?
He's drunk.
I mean, somewhere in between. I mean, we're not like trying to be super stealthy and quiet, but we're not trying to like make a sound. Just kind of following. Just don't know any reason we want to be secretive. Not throwing the door open and yelling.
Okay, I'm going to say still make me a stealth check, but at advantage because this guy is plainly drunk. Okay.
I'm just gonna inspiration that. I'll use it finally.
All right.
I got nothing.
There we go. 21. Yeah. When I do D&D as a player, I tend to burn off all my stuff because so often it just gets unused. So
yeah.
Any
I always hold on to it for too long.
Well, we should save that potion for a special occasion, and the special occasion never comes. So just use the stuff.
Could you forget about it?
Yeah. So you're about to stumble, but you turn it into a rather cool full roll and a silent forward roll, and the guy is none the wiser. And he opens the door, steps into the alley. As you stop him, he closes the door behind him.
Nope, I'm gonna grab him. We need to actually hopefully Attamack to grab him. Sling against the wall.
Okay, so once out in the alleyway, you can try and grab him. I'll tell you what, you make it at advantage. I'll make it at straight because he's at drunk. So for his acrobatics, he gets an 8. So try and beat an 8.
Is this
acrobatics
or athletics?
Athletics at advantage. You're not being subtle about this. Oh, so explain to me how you pick him up there, Attamack.
I just literally pick him up by the shirt. Nah, I shirt my rip off. I'll pick him up by like the armpits like a little child and like throw him against the wall. Like he's up in the air like 2 feet. How tall is he?
Oh, he's about 5.5 feet.
Oh yeah. He's like 1.5 feet off the ground then when I pick him up.
What the hell? Put me down! He's thrashing around, but you've got it locked and he can't move. Put me down, you oaf!
Connell walks up to him and says, "We've heard that you mistreat children."
Oh, no such thing. I take care of them.
We want you to know, though, that these kids in this town or city are protected, and you're no longer going to do anything at all to be involved with them whatsoever. You should stay away from them as much as possible. If you see a child, you should run the other way, and he's then going to cast Modify Memory.
Okay, he starts protesting, but Modify Memory, I'm going to say that's a fail. So how do you modify his memory?
All right, so as if similar to what we did before, but we were bringing him to hell with the environment of hell around him and saying, so this is the life that you will lead if you continue the path you're on, if you don't listen to what we're saying. The next time this happens, I will bring you here and I will leave you here. And then, of course, we'll get the memory of coming back to where we are.
Make an intimidation check at advantage.
Geez, that's not intimidating. What it is? I have -1 charisma. All right, that's not too bad.
Okay.
Okay.
So, okay. I'll leave them alone. I promise. I don't want to go back there. Okay.
Okay, you were, and then one last thing. Remember, if you don't run from every child you meet, then you will feel the pain to remind you to do so.
Of course.
I'll cast this GS on him.
Oh, this poor man.
Kill this man. 5d10.
Yeah, he
He's
fails.
gonna run every child he meets.
Creature in must, I guess, have failed.
That's a lot of damage.
It's like a
Yeah, no.
restraining order, except for your head explodes if you do it.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, and most commoners typically have 4 hit points.
Yeah.
So he better run. I'm just saying.
So the
It's
exact
gonna
wording
explode.
is he must stay away from children, or what was the exact wording?
Yep. I said every child he meets, he must run the other way.
Hopefully, he doesn't have family.
Yep.
I mean, even if he does have a family, it doesn't fucking matter. He obviously didn't treat
Yep.
him right.
Right.
Okay, you see the guy glancing around, sees Mara gently talking to these 2 children, and he turns around and runs back down the alleyway, back onto this main road over here. And he sees some other children, and he starts running away from them. And he sees another bunch of children, and he runs away from them. This is particularly cruel, Connell, because having lived in Manila, for example, you can't help but trip over children. The little shits are everywhere.
Wow.
So you see this guy frantically ducking around, doubling back, ducking down alleys, coming back out of alleyways, and he's just off. He's running around, but he's not particularly getting anywhere quickly.
Better climb a building.
Oh,
Get out of town.
he's panicked at the moment. Because imagine how Giash works. Is it he sees the children and know that you've told him, and he feels the burning in his head, and the pain is so much. Oh, no, this is not what I should do. And he turns away, and the pain fades. But then he sees another child, and the pain comes back again. Yeah, that's nasty. But Jeremy, for at least 30 days, is got issues.
Safe.
If he makes it to 30 days.
Right?
Huh?
Well, I mean, I assumed the mental torment from that, like, even afterwards, you'd be
It still
frightened of
lasts for
children.
30 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 30 days from now on, you can be
That's-
traumatized.
And his memory's modified too, so now he just, oof. Literally the fear of God.
Yeah. Yeah, that's especially cruel. I like it. Damn you, Jeremy. Okay,
That was cool.
so you see this guy just take off running, and you I assume Connell told what the plan was, and it seemed to come to fruition. You got these 2 young children in front of you. What do you do, Mara?
When they look like they've kind of had their fill for right now, and I'm gonna make sure that they don't like overeat, because I know that when you starve for quite a long time, if you eat too much too suddenly, you'll get quite sick.
Oh, they definitely
But
will
I'll
trigger down
monitor.
there.
Yeah, I'll monitor, make sure that they eat like enough that they won't get sick. And kind of once they look like they're at least satisfied, I'll ask them. Now that I've kind of gotten confirmation from Connell, at least telepathically, that the situation's been dealt with, I'll explain to them that the master won't be bothering them again. And I need their help to find the other children so that we can help them as well.
The only point at which they stop speaking is when Jeremy starts going nuts and running away. Then they kind of shrug and go back to eating. And by the way, Sean, that's amazing. That sounds like some very heavy, important work that you did. So
Yeah, that's actually why I decided not to do direct service work.
it's just too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah, I mean, I we, as I said before, we foster kids, and a lot of the social workers, man, they just burn out so quickly, right? Because sometimes they have to say to parents, "We don't think you can safely take care of your kids, and therefore we're going to have to take them from you. And if you don't give them up, we're going to call in the police." And that's just a fundamentally hard conversation to have.
It is.
So a lot of
means
them,
they had to get pretty bad to get that far.
yeah. So a lot of them burn out really quickly as well. So,
Yep.
yeah, hard jobs. Okay, so you're telling these two children to gather up their extended family, like all their fellow beggars who worked for this guy Jeremy.
Yep. And I'll give them each a gold piece and tell them to come back.
Okay. So these two kids, once again 7, 8 years old, they scatter off, presumably to gather the rest of their friends. What do you do?
I'll just wait here.
Did you ask to bring them here or to the temple? Just confused.
Yeah, I guess bring them to the temple's probably the best place. So then, yeah, we'll go back to the temple. I guess.
Whoop.
Yeah.
Okay, so you make your way back around to the temple, and you can see already now some kids are coming. There's about 5 of them, and then about 10, about 20, and altogether about 25 kids turn up, and it seems as these two ones that you talked to in the alley are there as well, and they're all looking to them and kind of shrugging and saying, well, "What now?" And then the two you rescued in the alley.
Okay. On my way back to the temple, I will stop and pick up some food for them if possible, because I know that they're coming.
Yeah, so some regular nice food like fruits, vegetables, cakes, that sort of stuff.
No cakes, nothing that'll make them sick.
Okay.
But yeah.
So lots of
like
fruits.
Healthy stuff.
Healthy
Yeah.
stuff. Okay. I'm going to say to give them a good feed, probably 3 gold pieces. So, yep, you get lots of fruits and healthy stuff. And yeah, what do you do?
I will start kind of distributing out the food to them, and I will go back in and talk to Nadia, or whatever her name is.
Naila, I think it was.
Naira. Yeah, Naira
Yes.
Blessed.
Yes, Naira. That's right. Yep. What? No. Put that down. Put that down. You see one of the kids kind of looking under probably a highly religiously significant artifact. No, put that down. Put that down. And the kids no, you can't go back there. Come. Mara! Seriously?
I did say.
I was expecting like 3 or 4. No, put that's not for eating. See, a kid munching on some incense.
I'll kind of help gather them around a little bit, and I'll ask Connell to put on like a little show for them off in the corner so that we can kind of chat.
I'm tempted to having you make an animal handling check.
Right, pretty much. Also, we'll cast corral things as well, and go retrieve things and bring things back and clean things up.
Okay, so so eventually you get the kids under control. If nothing else, then they're sitting down and munching on a nice sweet apple or banana or some other exotic fruit. And at the moment, they're calm at least. Mara, what is it you expect me to do? We have no beds. We're going to have to feed them, clean them.
So in this world, do temples not generally have areas for like where the people of worship live or anything like that? It's just like a church, not like an actual temple, is it?
There are places at the back where like priests and those type of people would sleep. They live here, so there are sleeping quarters here. Not 25 beds though.
Okay.
So what type of orphanage exists in this city? Do we have a good one that's not well funded, or what's the situation with the orphanage? Do we talking to the priest?
Well, I really I thought it was just these. You need to take these people to the New Hope orphanage. Seriously.
Okay.
There's a nice a female there that human. They can help you.
And so, what's the story on the orphanage? Is it someone? Is it well funded? Well, why are the kids not there already? What do you know about this orphanage?
It's it's not well funded. Basically the person who runs the orphanage, she's a kind soul, but she's severely underfunded, and I don't think she can take in 25 orphans, but you can ask her.
Okay.
How much would it cost to have some of the clerics or priests of the temple kind of work there as well? It's like a part-time thing. Would that? I'm assuming that would cost something. But I do think that these children need to be taught like a better path.
Make a persuasion check. Well, you know, we people, adventurers come here when they're heading off onto the road, or you know, head off to explore the world. That's our typical clientele, and that's what we cater to. And she seems really hesitant about it. Maybe you could try a different temple?
Do you know any particularly good educators that would be able to get in touch with? I would hate to leave these children just in the hands of one person. I don't think that it'd be possible.
Well, I think if you visited the Church of Illuminator, and they're noted for taking care of the poor and healing them, so try there.
Okay. Yes, I'll try that. Thank you very, very much for your help. And I will donate. I'll donate another 40 gold, and I will give 5 gold to her personally
Oh,
for the troubles.
bless you, Mara. Okay, so I know we're getting towards the end of the night, so I might try and fast forward this a little bit, if that's okay with you guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you make your way to the Temple of Illuminator, and you notice it's like the Temple of the Wayfinder was much nicer. This is a very simple structure, wooding, and you just tell it would leak at night. But there's these priests there, rather strangely dressed in hair cloaks, like cloaks that seem to be made of hair. But you know that's kind of their jam. One of the things they do, so doesn't strike you as particularly odd. And you talk to some of the priests there, and they agree that these orphans need to be taken care of, and they agree to work at least part-time, kind of split their time between the Temple of Illuminator and the New Hope Orphanage. And you make arrangements, and they're very humble about it and say, yes, we will do this. This is the path that Illuminator has set before us. He is the broken God, and our job is to help the broken. So no charge, though donations to the church are very much appreciated.
Of course. You know, though I am a cleric of the Wayfinder, I do find that our thoughts kind of align very much on this matter. I will donate 500 gold pieces.
Yeah. So.
Oh my god!
You
Oh,
beat
wow.
Colin
Stop
too, actually.
being
Colin was gonna do that.
cults.
All right, and I had to leak gold out of you guys now. Okay, so that they're very thankful, of course. I mean, you do know that people come here and they heal them, and they typically get paid in copper pieces. So this is a remarkable donation to them, and they're thankful. And a couple of them come, and they take you over to the New Hope Orphanage, which is once again in the Tumble Down Ward. And it's a long single-story brick building with a decent-sized fenced-off yard with a closed wooden gate. And the yard is littered with a handful of children's toys. and there's a red wooden door at the front which is shut. And keep in mind this is towards getting early evening.
Do we essentially have a parade of 25 children behind us?
Yep.
Okay. I will go knock on the door.
Okay, you knock on the door, and a human female answers it. She's wearing simple clothes. She has tan skin and green eyes, and she has the straight, long brown hair is tied in a long braid. She's quite young, maybe young 20s, 5'4"-ish, and she says, "Oh my! What do you have here? You've caught me a bit surprised. I don't have many people coming up to my doorsteps with, so many children. My goodness."
Yes. Would you mind if we just went inside and had a little bit of a chat? It is a little bit of a disturbing story, so I'd prefer not to kind of regale it in front of the children and cause them any further harm. Judging, just like kind of taking a look at this place, how many beds does it look like this place has in it?
About 30.
Okay. So that's not too bad. I will mention to her. Sorry, Connell.
I was saying it sounds crowded. Good.
Yeah.
You notice
I'll
about
mention
30 kids as well.
Yeah, I'll mention that I've come to kind of help as far as the money aspect of things goes, and I hope to kind of help her expand her orphanage and fund her.
Okay. So her name is Fatel Demu, like this. And she says, well, and she thanks you, and you mentioned how you want to expand it. So did you say how much you're investing? Like how much gold are you giving Mara?
So, how judging by like the size of buildings, how much does it cost to like build, kind of like expand buildings here? Like I don't even know what the building costs would be.
Neither do I off the top of my head.
Okay.
Let's see if Google can help us here.
Quarters, 1000 GP.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. So I'm going to say you could do expand it to increase the bidding and update everything so it's nice, because you can see it's a little bit dilapidated. You invested 2,000 gold pieces. All things going well, there'd be beds for these for Jeremy's children, quote unquote, and a nice upgrade to the place as well.
Well, ongoing support though for the kids though. Is 2,000 all that included, or just the renovations?
The renovations.
Okay.
Okay. I will. So first of all, I'll sell the Mace of Disruption that I have.
Okay.
So I'm getting rid of that. Let me just do this quickly. Oh, it's right there. Okay. And I will donate 4,000
for the ongoing costs. So half and half for renovations and ongoing costs.
Yep.
Okay. So Fatil is obviously grateful. You want to make me an insight check there, Mara? Yeah, she seems pretty cool. I mean, the fact that she's working here and taking care of these children and obviously not making a fortune from it, she seems on the up and up. So you hand over the gold, trusting that you will do this. You can if you want, Connell.
No, it's okay.
All right. And all the kids, they don't really thank you. They don't really understand what's going on. but they know there's other kids here, presumably food as well. And they don't really thank you, but they are definitely in a place of safety and far away from the evil clutches of a man you see running down the street, heading towards you. An overweight man with dark black hair that's no longer in a comb over but flapping behind his head. And he looks around the corner and sees all these kids and screams and runs back the other way. He won't be. And this is actually not that far away from where you initially met him and had the confrontation. So he's been running around for a good hour or so and not getting very far.
Nope.
But the kids are good and happy. As I said, they're not thankful, but you feel good about what you've done. And I think you all feel good about what you've done. Connell, you definitely contributed to this. You helped break a rather nasty man's spirit and perhaps caused him into some type of permanent madness. Attamack, you made it back to your village and got some things sorted with your wife. And Mara, you are the driving force behind this orphanage. That all sounds pretty inspirational to me, guys. So everybody take a DM inspiration.
Cool.
And I guess we'll pick it up next week with other bits and pieces. We'll do the remaining shopping. Hopefully Errol and Vivi will be back by then. They said it was just for this week. I won't say what the reason was because I'm not sure if they want that to be said. There's nothing amazing, but we'll pick that up next week. I'm sure they'll be back. And yeah, so I assume at some point you'll be looking for transport to the island. Yep. As I said, there are airships here and there are ships. So we'll see which way you go.
Cool.
I think airships are kind of expensive and we've just give away all our gold, so...
I still have money.
Oh my god. I'm so rich.
One thing you do know about airships is airships are very much trading vessels. They go like from this port to this port, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It is possible to hire one, and a rough estimate in your head would be to transport you to the island, assuming you can persuade someone to do it, would be about 1,000 gold pieces per person.
Oof.
So keep that in mind.
Okay.
There are charts for this if you look them up, and I think it's 2 gold pieces per mile to transport a person, and it's about 500 miles away.
How much would it be for a normal boat?
That's all over the place. It'll be cheaper than 1,000 gold pieces, regardless.
Okay.
Okay, but thank you, everyone. Hope you had a good time, and we'll see you all next week.
A lot.
Yeah.
Okay, see you next week, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Yeah.